Good evening, everyone. Dear Mr. Samir Musa, Mr. Avinash, I'm really thankful to Mr. P.N. Babu Rajanji, the president of ICBF, Dr. Mohan Thomas, who is a patron of the human work you people are doing. But of course, this is a great opportunity for me to talk on most important issue right now, because when we are talking about great pandemic going on, then it seems that there should be something which we think about that is in the center of any kind of such problem or crisis. There are certain kind of issues which come. So most welcome, and I'm really thankful. So basically, the parenting is a relationship, and here in my presentation, I will take parenting, especially in during the COVID, and after that, I will take some general points also, because parenting is a continuous issue, and it's a continuous thinking and a continuous relation, and a kind of a concept which every parent must know. So, three major goals of parenting are that first, you ensure that child's health and safety, preparing children for productive adult lives, and then transforming the cultural values, whatever region, country they are attached. But whenever we talk about parenting and whenever we talk about children, I think it's very important that we look at that who is the person who is actually in family, looking out how he has to run the house and how they have to take care of their children. But first of all, whenever you have to take care of children, first of all, you have to take care of yourself. And in this regard, as I know, here it's important that parents should take care how they have to take care of themselves. In this first thing is, nowadays it's very important that you maintain your own routine. So dear parents, when you are maintaining your own routine, please take care that it should not look like something different is happening, because children, whatever they are looking at you, they are trying to copy or they are trying to look into it, that how things are happening. Nowadays, one important thing is happening, that most of the parents are very curious about knowing what is happening in the world. And then they look at the death tolls like a cricket score. What is happening? Please don't do that, because that affect your immunity as well as the environment of the whole house. Do not look at that toll and take a break from the TV. It is most important thing, because whatever is going to happen, only thing is what positives we can take out of it. Your children should be engaged. It should not be a free time for children to think about, and even they also watch a TV and then they look at their parents, the pale faces, they also feel depressed. Have a balanced diet. Sufficient sleep is one of the most important thing to increase your immunity. Please remember, until and unless the vaccine is invented, it is very important that you must have a better immunity system of your body. Have some lighter moments with children. I will talk about this. Stay connected with your family members, your own parents. Means children are talking to their grandparents, other family members, and they are thinking it's quite normal. Please take care whatever health advisory is being actually transmitted or shown or shared by the local government, and try to follow it. Do not forget to have workouts and exercises. Of course, whenever we talk about the pandemic, then we should think beyond this, that is there something good this pandemic has done? Because whenever we are talking, we always consider, okay, the pandemic has done very bad or something like that. But yeah, maybe the pandemic has done something good also. But before that, try to understand the parenting. The sign of great parenting is not the child's behavior. The sign of truly great parenting is the parent's behavior. And please remember, parents, children only come through you. You do not create them. Just enjoy the privilege that another life chose to come through you into this world. Don't think of it as an authority. just duty to Almighty. Just consider that Almighty has given you a blessing to raise a child, and you are the lucky one. You are the one who deserve that. That's why you have been given this particular right. I'm quite sure that whenever you are remembering that your kids, first of all, want to see you happy, and their behavior will be natural then only. So you should remain happy. That is a very important thing. So basically, whenever we are considering those kind of things, it is important. I think some problem in this. Yeah. So, but there are some blessings also in this terrible disguise. When we learned from this pandemic, we learned few things also. One thing is now we have started thinking about maintaining hygiene. A small child of your home also knows for how many seconds he has to rub his hands and how much soap, water, or whatever he has to use. Before pandemic, we were not actually having proper etiquettes of sneezing and coughing. We were doing it just like a blast. But now we know that, okay, on our arm, we have to do it. We have become more tech savvy. Now webinar has become, just we were talking in the initial time that when Mr. Samir Musa was telling that, okay, now webinar is so common that everybody is thinking, okay, it's just like purchasing few mangoes from the city. Yeah, people have learned few new skills also. There are new hobbies and new things which people are learning. Family bonding. Parents are looking at their parents are looking at their children, and children are looking at their parents. They are having sufficient times, and for few more than sufficient time, which is becoming problematic. But yeah, pandemic has given you to understand that time to understand your children, their need, and sometimes what they are thinking. And this is very interesting. Resilience. Somebody is asking, this one guy is moving in the center with the happiness. So other guy is asking, where did find it? I have been looking it for everywhere. And the another person is saying, I created it myself for me. So happiness, if you want to create it for yourself. Now you can see, of course, the pollution level has gone down. Environment, earth is breathing. So now we have become more conscious about environment, the social rules, and we need more doctors, we have come to realize. And of course, the schools have got to know what is another way. What is another way to get it away and to continue the process without having learning gaps. And for children understood that they can live without pizza and other fast foods for many, many months. So it is not like that always pandemic or any terrible things come with curse. Out of curse, we have to look for certain kind of things when through terrible disguise. Also, few blessings are there. Oh my God. In the school, principal, teacher, everybody is telling, don't use mobile, don't bring mobile to the school. At home, most of the parents are complaining to the teachers, my God, my child is most of the time on TV or most of the time on mobile. Now look at this enemy has become a savior. Whether you have to attend a webinar or you have to attend classes or something else, you are depending on mobile so much. So things change. It depends upon what is the situation. There are some parenting tips for COVID-19. During this pandemic, it is very important that accept how your children are feeling and give them comfort. Children may ask you certain kind of questions which may trouble you, but you have to answer. Take care of yourself so you can support your children. This advisory is given by UNICEF. Give them your full attention. Use positive environment. Try praising them for any good thing. Most of the time when you are with your child, because most of you are working from home, so you will find children are all around you. Sometimes they are working, sometimes they are listening, sometimes they are attending classes, sometimes they are attending some activities. You have to bear with. Many of you would be thinking, oh my God, the schools were good. Now we are handling children, it is more difficult. But yes, remember, Try to praise them on every good thing. They will certainly repeat it. Remember, daily routine is not to be changed. Talk to your child. Okay, schools are closed. Earlier, you used to get up from the bed at around 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Now you are getting up at 7 o'clock, but maintain your own routine so that your body clock works continuously into it. Prepare the chart with the child's consent. Let child prepare the chart. Okay, this is the wake up time. This is breakfast time. Is school time. Whether it's a school time means whatever you are studying through virtual classrooms, do it. Lunch time, TV watching time, games time, everything should be planned, but with the help of child. Click pics of child while performing and following routine. Just click small pics and then put them on his display board. Child will relate to that. Child will relate to that, and there will be an unannounced special time like story time, hug time, pillow fight, brainstorming. Pillow fight is also very important. That will de-stress parents also and children also. You will find there is a lot of enjoyment. There is nothing like it playing with your children. And it is amazing that it will de-stress you in all the way. Give rewards for following the routine for a week. Whenever you are pasting certain kind of photographs of your child on the routine, try to give them reward also. Holiday or weekend routine should be separate. So there should be one day when they are really enjoying themselves. Set aside time to spend with each child. If you are having 2-3 children, then please try that every day you are talking to each of them for 20 minutes. Please be very careful. Sometimes you give more time to one child, then another child, another sibling feels, oh, just I'm away from child. And most of the children, like even we were 3 brothers, everyone, I was thinking that other than me, other 2 of my brothers are favorite of my mother and father. And my brothers were thinking, no, the elder brother is the favorite of mother and father. And always elder brothers have this particular kind of a feeling that, yeah, the youngest one is closer to the parents. So it's very important for parents to give sufficient time to all 3 children in such a way that that sibling rivalry is not arising. And particularly in teenage, it's very important to understand that within the house, you should not have rivals. You should have certain kind of children who are helping each other. Talking about COVID is not a ban, should be banned in house. It shouldn't be banned. They will already have heard something. Silence and secret do not protect our children. Honesty and openness do. Think about how much they will understand. You know them best. So talk about COVID. Tell them it is not going to affect that much if you are following certain kind of behavior, if you are following certain kind of customs, certain kind of things which have been advised by the doctors, then you will not have this. Praise your child when they are behaving well. Try praising your child or teenager for something they have done well. They may not show it. Maybe that they will say, okay, dad, you said wonderful. They will say, okay, because he's a teenager. But yes, you will see them doing that good thing again. Just to get your good command, they will do it repeatedly. And that is one thing at home you can always notice, that you are noticing and you are caring, then children will repeat good behavior continuously. And during COVID, it is very, very important. Redirect. Catch bad behavior early and redirect your kind attention from a bad to good behavior. Stop it before it starts. When they start to get restless, you can distract with something interesting or funny. Come, let's play a game together. Suppose your child is of age 5, 6, 7, then you can play some game. Distract them some way. I will tell you some other things in the coming slides. But any bad behavior, try to redirect. Punishing them or just scolding them will not result into something good, because right now they are confined in the house. So you are, and they can't go out to play with friends. They want, and their body clock wants to play with somebody. So you have to be their friend sometimes. There is no harm. If you can become child for 20 minutes, that will be the most beautiful time of the day. Try to do it, whether with your children or with your friends. You will see right now on Facebook, so many throwback pictures are coming. Most of the people are sharing their throwback pictures and people are enjoying. When we get angry, stop the river at the source. The same thing usually make us get stressed and angry every time. There was very interesting suggestion by the CBSE chairman, and I also introduced in my school. I said, in house, you put up one small card display. This is no anger zone. And very interestingly, one parent called me one day, sir, my small child in class 4 has put up no anger zone everywhere, even in the bathroom, kitchen, everywhere. So there is a plain, simple statement that you can't get angry with the child. And the parent was saying, sir, I asked my child, why did you put it in bathroom and everywhere? She said, I don't want to see you angry because you look beautiful when you are smiling. So parent was crying. This means anger is not ultimate thing to improve children. There are other ways to improve children. What makes you angry? You have to see. Prevent it from starting. If it happens when you are tired, get some sleep or rest. If it's hunger, try to be sure you can eat. If it's feeling alone, ask someone for support. For teenagers, focus on the safety and well-being of the child and their family. Tell the child that adults, doctors, teachers, and parents are doing everything possible to make sure that everyone is well and to take care of those who need help. Assure the child that most people will recover and that most children who contract the coronavirus will get well quickly and easily. And remember that during this particular pandemic, whenever there are hard times, any generation goes through that hard time, become the strongest ones. And I'm quite sure that this generation of children will also be one of the strongest generation in the history of mankind. Give them this particular strength that yes, tough times make tough people. And please, parenting is a mixed bag full of different emotions, experiences full of hurdles, surprises, as well as heaven of unconditional love and affection. The journey of learning with kids never ends, no matter what ages they are. There are key points to successful positive parenting. One is effective parenting. Try to be effective. Don't let your mind bully your body. Very important. Most of the time, your stressed mind will try to bully your body because whatever you are thinking will affect your body. Try to think good. Bullying is not allowed. Not in school, not at home, and not in your body. Then try to be consistent in parenting. Please remember, be yourself, accept yourself, value yourself, forgive yourself, bless yourself, express yourself, trust yourself, love yourself, empower yourself. I tell my children most of the time that whenever you are coming to school, go in front of the mirror, hold your tie, and tell yourself, I am the best. The meaning is that every day you are telling that you are the best version of yourself. Like we have Apple 1, Apple 2, Apple 3, now Apple 11, iPhone 11, iPhone 12. Similarly, if your name is Moin, then Moin 1, Moin 2, Moin 3. Try to be better version of yourself. But as a parent, participate in your kids' routine life actively and be attentive parent. Remind yourself it's okay not being perfect all the times. When you will look at and after listening to this parenting workshop, most of you would be thinking, oh my God, I'm not a perfect parent. It's not like that. It's okay if you are not perfect parent, but there are some golden rules which you can always follow. And there is always chance of improvement. And after every workshop mine, I received so many emails about accepting parents. Yes, we were committing some mistakes. And that is good enough to improve and being a judgmental for your children. I will tell you a very small story. That one day a teacher was explaining something to students and parents. And he said, see, there is a story of caterpillar coming into pupa and then becoming butterfly. Now, in this process, there was one person who was moving in the garden and he saw that from one pupa, one butterfly is trying to come out, but taking time. So he tried to help that butterfly to come out. The butterfly came out on second day But all butterflies were flying here and there, but this butterfly was not having an even body. The body weight was too much. So he asked one of his doctor friend, sir, what's the reason? He said, see, the struggle that butterfly has to come out of the pupa, that struggle makes her body even and balanced. Then they can fly. Since you helped unknowingly and unnecessarily, this has become imbalanced. Similarly, for your children, going through certain kind of struggles and stress is natural. Let them have it. Do not be overprotective. If you will be overprotective, if you are fighting for your child's battles in life, whether it's a homework, whether it's a games, whether it's a fight among siblings or fight with his or her friends, this means you are trying this butterfly to come out of pupa with your help. Please don't do that. If your child is falling while walking or while running, let him fall and let him get up. He will have a strong mind, good body, and will live like a beautiful butterfly. So don't be helicopter parents. There are few mothers who are like helicopter parents. Wherever child is moving, they want to go with them everywhere. Give them some independence. I will talk about parenting towards end. What kind of parents are there? There are 5 R's which you have to remember. 6 R's, sorry. Avoid pampering, let them feel capable. Don't pamper too much. Sorry. Recognize. If they have committed some mistake, don't blame it. First of all, try to find out why this child has committed this mistake. Is it our fault? Then reconcile. If you think that somewhere they saw us doing something like that and that's why they are doing wrong, then there is no harm that parent is saying sorry to child. Child will know, oh, saying sorry is so easy. Then he or she will say sorry to every wrong thing in his or her day-to-day life. And anybody who can feel sorry can drop the ego and can fly in the sky very nicely. Resolve the problems by mutual win-win situation. I have seen few parents, they start fighting in front of children. Now child will think to resolve any problem, the solution is fighting. So my request to parent is that whenever you have a mood of fighting, tell your child, you watch TV, we are going in a room, just we want to do some kind of bank accounting, reconciliation, let them burn and then fight. Whatever kind of fight, verbal fight, please only. So have that in that room, but let your child not understand that for every problem, resolution is fight. Otherwise, if your child will see that my parents are fighting, he will see, okay, to resolve any problem is to fight. And in fighting also, anybody whose voice is on a top tone wins. So he will also have the same kind of pattern, same kind of thinking. So please avoid fighting in front of children. Do it alone or go for a walk, then fight, but not in front of children. Remind good behavior and appreciate them, reward, encourage them, and restrict, as I said, with child have win-win situation. Sometimes if child has done something wrong, said, okay, this time you are wrong, but no problem. I was also wrong at that time. So child will think, okay, being wrong is not a problem. Every time, everybody can't be right. Hugs. When your child is having a tantrum, I have seen so many times. One of my friend was invited me in a hotel. And then in that hotel, he was with his family and I was alone. Now his elder child, this guy tried something and he was just 3 years old. Another one was in the lap. This child tried to take out the tablecloth and the father is looking at the child, but this child is not understanding. He's looking at father and then trying more. He took the spoon and moving it like a sword. Then I told him, just hug him. Parents said, no, he deserves a good charter, means good slap, tight slap. We called him and that I will give a tight slap. I said, see, child revolted. He threw the spoon here and there. Then I said, Pete, try the hug. He said, okay. He called the child and hugged him. The child looked at him. I said, what happened, beta? He said, first time. He said, my God, the child is surprised by your hug. And he stopped. Please remember, hug works like a magic. If your child says no, say, I need a hug again. If your child still says no, say, I need a hug. Come find me when you are ready. In house, moms have a lot of problems with children. They show their tantrums, but hug is a beautiful medicine. It works like a Sanjeevani booty. So please try it and do it in a way I have mentioned. One word. For one simple thing, most of the parents give a complete lecture to the child. Bring the towel from here, there, this. Please try to make a simple word. Avoid lecturing and nagging. Use one word as a kind reminder. Towel. Child understand he has to bring towel. Need not say bring the towel from the coat. Bring the towel from the bed. No. Dishes. If he has to keep dishes in the sink, you need not say take the dishes from the dining table and keep them in. Say dishes. Once you will say dishes, he will understand every time. You will save some energy instead of giving or nagging. Bedtime. Don't say go to the bed. Now this is the time for the going to the bed. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. No, say bedtime. Your child will understand slowly, slowly. He will pick up one word caution. One word caution is good. When agreements are made together in advance, one word is often all that needs to be said. And during Corona time, children are having more time with parents. So please take care. Positive discipline. Children learn social and life skills during weekly family meetings. Compliments and appreciations. You can always have evaluation of past solutions. Now you are having almost everyday meeting. So everyday meeting also in the evening when you are talking, try to talk on share feeling, invite a discussion, brainstorming for some kind of thing. Today, these two siblings had a fight. What was fight? Fight was on the doll because both of them wanted the doll. Okay, come for a solution. Okay, the doll, you will play with the doll and you will play with the dog. They themselves will come with some solution. But remember, it is the A and D that brings the kind from together to avoid anything. I know you don't want to brush teeth. Your child say, I'm not going to brush my teeth. Then tell, okay, you don't want, fine. And we can do it together. When you will say, we will do it together, your child will say, yes, dad, we'll do it together. You want to keep playing and it's time for bed? Do you want one story or two? Child will say, yeah, I will come. So instead of telling them no and don't, try to use alternative sentences and alternative words instead of don't and no. I love you, and the answer is no. So try that with a kind and firm, you can always improve your child. And just you can put a positive discipline. Help your child to grow all times. Now, don't make them puppet by showcasing to the guest. I have seen at many houses when the guests are there, they will say, okay, Monu, come here. Monu, show some dance which you have learned, or just recite a poem. After some time, this child will have a guest phobia. Whenever the guest will come, you will find that he is behind the door or somewhere he is hiding because he having a guest phobia. Whenever you will say, Manu, today that uncle, Ahmed uncle is coming, so child will run away. He will say, oh, this is my performance time, because please do not make them puppet. Otherwise, they will develop guest phobia. And whenever you are talking, even right now, maybe on Zoom or you are talking on video calling with your friends, and then you want to show the skill of your child. See, my Yasin have learned 2 poems. Yasin, recite the poem. The child will have certain kind of phobias. Please, if you want to listen, listen. You don't make him a performer right now. He will become a performer slowly, slowly, but not having this particular gesture which you think is a pride. And I have seen many a times, most of the parents say, my child is very naughty. And most of the mothers, when they have kitty party or right now, whenever they are talking, they said, my child is very naughty. My child is once in my office, one grandparents came and they said, my grandchild is very naughty. I said, sir, I know that there are few things which children receive hereditary. So you have to find out whether you were naughty, your wife was naughty, your son is naughty, or your daughter-in-law is naughty. One of them is 100% naughty. So being naughty is child's normal characteristic. It's not something extraordinary. Child should be naughty, otherwise who will be naughty? So do not consider it a matter of pride or a blame. Welcome with warmth whenever they return from the school. Do not criticize their teacher or school. This is very important. It is just like you say, oh, your teacher is not good. This means just like if a patient is going to have a surgery and you are telling that patient, the doctor is incompetent and you have to go for the surgery with this doctor only. What will be the situation of the patient? Just helpless. So please do not criticize their teacher or school. Otherwise, they will not be happy. They will not learn anything. Give them quality time and keep promises. Every day, fix up a time that, okay, 8 o'clock, when you are having a dinner, you will give 10 minutes to your child and your child will express what happened throughout the day at home. What mother was doing, what was she watching Corona news, or what she making some kind of dishes and all. Now this will give a very important life skill to the child to express and to formulate the whole thing, to restructure whole thing and to express. This is a very important life skill of the life, that how a child can understand, can formulate, can make and can express. And if you can't make it on that particular day, you can't keep promise on that day, then you can say, okay, child, I was busy in the meeting, in Zoom meeting, 7 o'clock, and I could not give you 10 minutes. I must be punished, and my punishment is that I will give you a chocolate. So this is not bribe. Bribing children is bad, but not keeping promise and then say, no problem. This is also a problem. Listen their story of the day, because this will go into that their body clock and they will be ready to express themselves that particular time. Don't allow maids to change their clothes. Very important. These 10 points 3 years back were the world's talk that time. And when this was shared by one of the parent in the social media on WhatsApp group in October 2017, it was the most circulated WhatsApp, that particular, and it was a little bit, but these were the main 10 points. Teach them about good and bad touch. Keep their uniform and school bag arranged. Now they are not going, but still try that you are arranging bag, you are placing it correctly, and next day when your virtual class is going on, take it. Good habits are not taught, these are caught. If you are truthful, you are honest, your children will be honest, they will be truthful. Play with them every day. Don't give them mobile till the age of 5. Let them play with blocks, touch concepts. With touch concepts, they learn more things and better things. Children become what parents think. Please always remember that your intentions, your emotions, and your thinking is the GPS of your child. You know very well, GPS is reaching to the goal. If you think that you can become an example, you can set an example, your children will automatically pick. So demonstrate respect for their grandparents. Then they will demonstrate automatically respect for you. Make them eat all kind of nutritious food. Teach them common etiquettes and magic words. Don't be overprotective. Don't bribe them. Demonstrate sympathy and empathy. Demonstrate morning habits. Help them to make their bed partially. This is very important. In the morning, everybody must do 2-3 things, because it's like kind of an aeroplane. Whenever a pilot is driving an aeroplane, the most important 2 phases are takeoff and landing. If takeoff is very good, then the flight goes on flight mode. Nothing to autopilot is going on. And after that, landing, one has to be very careful. Similarly, tell your child your takeoff should be very good. So when they are getting up on the bed, tell them to count 1 to 10. This is scientific thing. Before placing your feet on the ground, count 1 to 10, so that the blood circulation in the mind when you are sleeping is coming to the normal and you are not having giddiness all of a sudden whenever you get up. It is for the elderly people also, that whenever you get up all of a sudden, many people had heart attacks because of this. Because all of a sudden blood circulation is changing. Count 1 to 10, make your bed. That gives you a feeling that every everything is normal and everything is placed properly. That is a good takeoff. And whenever it is a good takeoff, good morning, the whole day will be good. And in night, try to resolve what you did throughout the day. Thank God, remind of the Almighty, and then go to bed. You will have a wonderful sleep. Avoid comparison among siblings and teach them to resolve conflicts. Let them resolve conflicts with your presence and in your absence. Words of affirmations are required. I think you are awesome. You did a great job. You make me smile. Thanks, dear, for working hard. I'm really proud of you. You are a bravo. You are so kind, dear. All these affirmations, when you will say, the child will feel always better. Now, during this COVID, the progressive behavior is very, very important. At home, what you can do, and this particular slide became very popular right now when I conducted around 5 to 6 workshops. Everybody was asking about this slide, what they can do at home. Tell children, okay, on display board, I'm making a flower, and every time I will put a petal when you will do some good deed. Good deed is very simple, that helping mom, helping dad, helping brother, helping sister, any good deed you will do, I will place one petal and let me see how many flowers you will earn. Child will follow this pattern and he will have a growth mindset. He will always try to do some good things to see more and more flowers on his display board. If there is a mistake, tell child, okay, for 3 mistakes, there will be 1 cactus. No problem. Cactus is also green. Tell him that only if you will do good, you will find cactus also has a flower. So from any bad thing, any bad behavior, any mistake, you can come out with good things and improved things. Give them a smiley. Tell your child to have collaborative blocks. If there are some blocks, give him some kind of exercise or her to make certain kind of things. Anger placement, this is very good. If he has done something wrong and he is angry, tell him, okay, go to the shoe rack, take out your shoes, and then again put them in. Nothing has happened, only simple activity. It will give child a reminder that taking out shoes and placing them in is like taking out my anger and then placing good things inside. This is symbolic. And teach me. Sometimes tell your child, okay, whatever you have learned today, teach me. If father is telling, teach me, child will have great confidence. And believe me, they will come as like a great teacher and a great actor. They will teach you certain kind of things which you have not thought of. He will tell, okay, today mom has made this thing and today I have learned this thing from the teacher. I will tell you that how photosynthesis take place, and then he will tell you, and then you can add something. And one child will teach you something, he will have more confidence and he will never forget it. Tell children to make a wish board. And from wish board, they can always say, okay, this I want, and to whatever I want, I have to do these good things. Make them change agent monitors that say, okay, you are the monitor of the house. If you are the monitor of the house, what do you want to see? Okay, one day you announce your own system that you will get up at 9 o'clock. You say, will get up 9 o'clock. You will find no. When child will become monitor, he will say, no, if I'm getting up at 7 o'clock, that dad should get up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. And then I will have a pillow fight at 5 o'clock in the evening. Let them make. They will become good monitors. Try to tell them, okay, make a boat. Make a boat, and I can see. One of my mentor is here, Mr. Paul Pause, and then he used to tell me that design thing is a habit. This is not a theory. So if your child start thinking good, tell them, okay, make a paper boat and now try to place it in water. When you are placing into water, why it is shaking? Why it is not? The child will learn, okay, it should be flat. There is some problem this side or that side. Start thinking, he will start thinking. And make them planning minister. Okay, today's plan is yours. What will you do? That what should be the dishes? What maybe one day your child will say, okay, mama, you will make 5 sweet dishes. But when he will see that 5 sweet dishes is too much, he will come to normal. And he will understand how much is demand and how much is not a demand, but agreed. Yeah, there are many kind of parents. One is authoritative parents who explain why any punishment is necessary, allow kids to learn from their mistake, offer clear structure and guidance. So it's a rule book in the house. You can do this thing, then you will have this thing. Authoritarian parent makes unilateral decisions, either my way or highway. So parent says, if you have to do this, then child has to follow that. It is less affectionate with kids. They think that if I will be more affectionate to the kids, my kids will get spoiled. Use punishment to ensure obedience. They always try to punish. That if punishment is given, then they will obey. And they set strict rules and high expectation from children. You have to be like me. And few parents, they tell their children various stories. And these teenage children, they consider it is a pep talk. If you are telling that we had hard times, so child is not listening you. Okay, you would be having hard time. What should I do? So telling your stories are not going to make your child successful. Rather, you sometimes talk about your failures also. That despite this, I could do this. Despite this, my friend did this. But we have a fashion that most of the time we tell them success stories and success stories of hard times. Please remember, your child understand what is important. There are few parents who are permissive. They give in to kids' demands, everything on demand. Avoid setting rules, is highly responsive to children's needs, acts like the child's friend. Too much friendship. Neglectful. Sometimes there are few parents who neglect everything, doesn't respond. Tiger mothers. Mostly mothers are like they behave like tigress. They enforces rigorous routine for the child. Okay, this is the time you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. Expects nothing but the best from kids. Please remember, let them peak on correct time. Do not expect peak anytime. You can't make mountain. Let there be plateau, then there will be mountain. Let them peak on time. So prioritize their academic success. Try to think that what kind of parent you are. Then helicopter parents. I was talking helicopter parents. There are parents, they will be constantly intervening to prevent failures. What will the child has to participate in dance competition? The parent will be there 2 hours before in the school. Or whatever he has to do, wherever the child is going, parent is also going. So child will feel a little bit awkward when his friends will ask why your mom or dad is every time here and there in everywhere, and they hover closely, rarely out of reach, overlooks kids' weaknesses. There are some outsourced parents. They strive for perfection, but they hire. Okay, to teach you, there is a teacher. To teach you good behavior, there is a teacher. He will teach you good behavior. Social skills, there is a teacher who will teach you. Then there are some attentive. So all kind of parents are there, but your intentions and thoughts are the GPS for your what's goal. Please always remember. And whenever you are anticipating your child is coming from somewhere, suppose these are normal days. I was very surprised. In one of the school I was inspecting, then one class 1 child came to me and he said, sir, at my home, there is a lot of discrimination. I said, what happened? He said, sir, when my father comes from office, my mother is getting ready. And then whenever he is coming, she welcomes her with a good smile and offer her cup of tea. But when I'm coming from school, my mother is getting angry. And first question is, why your dress is not proper today? What is the homework? And volley of questions are there. Why this discrimination? No, parents, when the child is coming from a school or coming from any place, or even after completing work, he is coming at you, just say, oh, darling, how are you? Just don't ask them why they have soiled their clothes. They themselves will narrate the whole story, even if you will not ask. But if you will ask, they will hide everything. If they are having a comparison between the parent and themselves, then please treat both of them equally. So small things counts a lot. And it is important to understand these things. You would have seen many children having such kind of drama here and there because you allow them, you listen to them. Please tell them that this is okay and this is not okay. And if you will teach them small things, they will always remember. Okay, this is okay, this is allowed, this is not allowed, and this is a good screen. What you can see on this screen? I think in chat box, if I ask, everybody will say there is a spot. And dear parents, always you are looking at your child like this, that you are looking at a spot. You are looking at a stain. Where is the black stain? Or you are trying to find out what is wrong my child is doing. Please see on this screen, the bigger space is being occupied by the white screen, not the black spot. So you look at the white, the bigger thing, the bigger canvas. This black spot is very small. So in your child also try to see good things. Anything bad, if you want to counsel, first tell them good things. In my school also, whenever I have a child's complaint and the parent comes in my office, then first of all, I appreciate the child. Child is doing great. When child is also there, child also feel. Otherwise, you will find when a parent is coming to office, parent will always have this kind of posture. This means he doesn't want to listen anything against his child. Whenever I appreciate their child, then they will be okay. My child is good, 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 good. 6 good things, and then say he has to improve this thing. Then child will improve. It is quite obvious. So just like this screen, do not concentrate on black spot, because the bigger area is being occupied by the white, which is goodness, which is positive. Only negative is a black spot. In a jungle, there are so many animals. The tallest animal is giraffe. The animal which runs fast is tiger, fastest. The heaviest animal is elephant. But still the king is lion, who is neither the tallest, nor the heaviest, nor the fastest. But he has attitude. And that good attitude make him the king. Same thing is with your child. Try to give some time to your child. I can understand. Last year when I was with my one of my son, I asked him that. He said, "I want to talk to you, Dad." He said, "Okay, beta, talk to me." His name is Parth. Parth, tell me. He said, "Dad, I think I'm doing this particular course, but I want to shift my concentration on this." And towards end, he said, "Dad, I love you." He's a grown up, but still he's saying, "Love you." I was almost in tears. So please give some private time to your child, even if he's a teenager. If your child, girl or boy, daughter or son in class 12th is saying, "I love you," this means somewhere, something he's missing. And whatever he's missing, you have to look for. You have to concentrate on that. And no doubt, you can have a wonderful world. Children are gifts of God, and you have to raise them. Thank you very much, all. And Mr. Avinash, now you can take some questions.
Thank you, AP Sharma ji. It was fantastic. No words. I also learned many things, and I will try to implement. And once again, thank you from bottom of our heart. We'll take now questions. Please raise your hand so we can take the question, or you can pose a question in the chat box. Sharma ji, if you can remove the screen, share screen, so you can see all the people on the screen, and that would be, I guess, better one.
Okay. Yes.
Afrin ji, I will unmute you so you can ask the question. Afrin ji, please ask your question. Hello, Afrin ji. Okay, I think they are not ready.
Yeah, there are some questions in the chat box. One
yes,
person
they
has
don't
asked,
have mic here. Yeah. What can I do if the child is not talking in the house and they don't have the mic? So please, can you answer them?
Yeah. I was also looking at that question. So if your child is not talking in the house, this means you have created a very, you can say the strict environment in the house. I think you are talking too much and you are not giving time child to talk. When you will stop, they will talk. Very simple rule is that if you want, you should be listened, then you must listen to your child. Try, if he's not talking in the house, go in the garden and provoke him to talk. He will start talking, because if child is not talking, this means he is having lot many things in his heart and mind from which he has to come out.
Amazing. Sir, there is Aisha want to ask. I will try to unmute Aisha.
There are one hand, Miss Adriel is also raising hand.
Okay, just I will unmute Aisha and then I will go to Adriel. Aisha ji, you unmute yourself, please. I'm trying to unmute you. Aisha ji. Okay. Who else you said, sir?
I am
Adriel.
Aisha ji is asking question. Yeah.
Yes, Aisha ji.
Yeah, how can I minimize the timing in the social media? Example like the gaming time.
Yeah, gaming is not social media as such.
Yeah.
Social media is for social interaction. So here, when you are looking at that how much time, please remember, child follows you. In your free time, if you are reading a book, then right from beginning, child will start reading a book. But in free time, if you are chatting on WhatsApp and you are also on social media, child will also learn to be on social media or some other medium. So you have to become an example for your child. And even if you find that he should not be on social media too much, then tell him, okay, let's play some kind of antakshari, let's have some kind of game here and there. They will enjoy. But remember, child will follow you. So if you are reading book in your in your lesser time, child will also follow that right from beginning.
So excuse me, that the thing is, even if he stop them and he stops for some time, some of his friends invites and then again he involves. So how we will explain that this is not a good game and so and so, and how we will take that this thing away?
See, there are a lot of things now. New educational games have come, and complete gamification of education is happening. If you will find out, there are few games from which child can learn few values also. Show them certain kind of games, and then children will enjoy. It's not like every time they will learn or they will enjoy hitting, they will enjoy shooting. They can enjoy a few other things also. And if you will tell his or her friend, they will follow.
Could you please
we'll ask the next question.
Those kind of games?
I acknowledge the presence of our president, Mr. N. Baburajan.
Yes, welcome our president, Baburajan.
Good evening, sir. Actually, I couldn't join because 100 is over before I'm reaching, because I was attending another meeting.
I was seeing on Facebook.
But I was listening from Facebook.
Yes.
So it was a nice lesson and a very good knowledge given to the parents and us especially.
Thank you.
Because I know whenever I meet, you always discussing about this kind of things with me, because we had to give more opportunity to our children instead of
correct
always behind them.
Yes, certainly.
That will make unnecessary tension for them, especially for the teenage and students.
Yes.
You're right. We had to spend some time with our children. That is very, very important.
Yeah, and this is very common, sir. Nowadays, in every house, you will find that they will say, okay, child, recite poem whenever guest is coming, or sing a song. The child think, am I a stage artist? Whenever somebody is coming, I'm the person who is doing recreation for them.
Entertainment.
And you can recall one movie in which one person used to call certain kind of people to enjoy, and they used to make a mockery. And sometimes children have this guest phobia. Yeah, Mr. Avinash, you can take any other question.
Yes, Adriel, I would like to unmute you.
Yeah.
Yes, Adriel, please ask.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was wonderful, this arrangement that you all did, and thank you, Principal Sir. a lot of refreshing ourselves as parents is really needed from time to time. And the last point that you said about I love you, we have been using this word very often in our home, whether my son does something good or he doesn't do anything, just a casual I love you. So we are in a habit of saying I love you, and he says I love you quite often. So I was just wondering, I mean, is it okay, or do I have to think about it that he lacks something?
No. Anything good is good, but try to say him I love you when he's doing something wrong also.
Yes, I do that. Whether it's wrong or right or nothing at all. So just casually, I have been, from the beginning, I've been doing this with him because I read it in some book that.
But yes, if he is doing something good, then don't say him I love you, because he think that I love you is a reward, general reward.
Yeah.
Just tell him, I love you, I love you too much.
Yes.
I'm out of it.
In fact, he says it a lot now because, that's how we were doing it from the very beginning. And another thing, sir, I would like to just, one of the parents asked about the time up for the video game. So I have kept a particular day, that is a weekend for the video game. So if we keep a particular time for it, I think the children may listen. And when we tell them to stop playing the video game, and when they stop playing it, then we really need to appreciate them.
This is very good question. A problem with most of the parents. See,
yes.
Can you make a timetable that when will you sneeze, and can you make a timetable when will you laugh? No. So make a relative thing that okay, you will be allowed to play video game when you will do this. So what is happening that this is related to video game. Otherwise, if you have fixed up his time that on Friday you will play video game, then from Thursday he will start thinking of video game only.
No, sir, but somehow I don't agree with this point of yours, because if I'm going to tell him you're going to do this, and then you play the video game, then he takes the video game as a reward. So I don't want him to feel that the video game is a reward. So that is why I have made a fixed time for him on the weekend. I mean, any time during the weekend. That is also for an hour or something, not more than that.
Ms. Adriel, sorry to interrupt that.
Weekdays, then don't fix up time. What I want to say is that anything for a small child, I don't know what is the age group of child, but for any child, anything specification to enjoy should not be specified. It should be okay on that day, but anytime, whatever time, these are certain rules. So if there are exactly that.
Exactly, this is what I was about to ask. What's the age of the child actually?
13.
How old is he?
He's 13-year-old.
Oh, 13-year-old is not child. He is teen. Teen, ma'am. So he would be playing many games without your knowledge.
No, sir. Actually, he's got a segue. So whenever there's a break between classes,
ma'am, if they are already if they are disciplined and set into a format, then you don't have to worry much about that. Okay, because as you said, you have been already training them to that effect. But in case that setup of a timetable has not been there in place, then probably you need to introduce it at this phase. That's where our principal was saying that you must.
Like as I said, that let them decide. You don't decide. You say that once in a week you will be given time. Once in a week, it may be one day Friday, another day Thursday. Once in a week is good. So child has some kind of thing in his hand that, okay, I am the person who is to decide. Always you feel happy if you decide. If your parents decide everything, you feel, oh, I'm a bonded labor kind of person.
Yes, and luckily he likes to listen to music. So that is one thing he does. So that way it's good. So
thank you, ma'am.
I'm very happy. You are very appreciative of your child. Is he or she sitting next to you?
No, he's in the other room. He was here, but now he went to the other room. And
I'm happy that you are appreciating your child. Good.
Another point a parent brought up was about a child. Mera bacha bahut shaitan hai, naughty hai, and or they may say ki bahut sharmata hai. The more you will say it, the more they will become like that. So if you keep telling them,
what did I tell that all these things come through genes and hereditary. One of them would be shy nature. That's why child is shy. If child is troublesome, that mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, somebody would be like that. So
yes. And so actually the point I'm coming to is that if you say shy, they will definitely continue being shy. If you say naughty, they'll continue being naughty. I remember I used to make very good salad when I was a small child. My mother would say she makes very good salad. So every time I would be making salad for any party. So, if you tell a child you're shy, they will continue being
You are
shy.
labeling. You are labeling him.
Yes.
Madam
So
Adriel, I
Thank
think,
you.
thank you. I just need to move on a little bit. Sorry for that.
It was
Thank
all
you.
valuable questions. Thank you for raising them.
Thank you, ma'am.
So much.
There is a Divya Nidhish is there, ask a question. So I will just go to them. Divya ji. Divya ji, I'm unmuting you. Please ask your question. You can unmute your side as well. Yes, Divya
Sir,
ji, you can ask a question.
can you hear me?
Yes,
yes,
please.
please.
Yes, sir. Just I want to know because I am dealing with a toddler. She is 3.5 years old. So, what all things are as a parent I have to, because these all timetables and whatever we are fixing, if a child is able to understand, it's fine. But she is in a age where we will set up some things for her and we'll say this is the thing which you have to do, or which you can play outside in the corridor or somewhere, but she won't understand. She decide what she likes. So what
What do you
things
want?
can?
What do you want, ma'am? That is wonderful. If your child decide what she likes, is wonderful, because this
Yes,
is
sir.
the age, toddlers. That is the age where their neurons are developing. If you are deciding everything from them, then in their life also they will not be boss. They will always be, people who will be following. Give them
Yes,
this empowerment that let them decide. Only thing, be watchful that they do not decide something wrong.
yes. And one more thing, like what we have, like many things for her, I try to change, because in my childhood, like my father is very strict. So he used to decide what has to be done at home. So uh, at times when she does some like masti or something at home, even my father and mother calls, they will say that why she's doing like that. But I say ignore it, because I didn't get that time. What?
Exactly. Very
Yes.
nice.
So
Very
I used
nice.
to do that. But one
Yeah.
thing, she talks very loudly. She is very clear about what she's speaking. But when we start speaking, she will tell us that please keep quiet. Don't talk loudly. So, like at that moment, what we should do? I think like I have to keep quiet, or what thing can be done?
Yeah, mothers are generous, so they will complain in such a way that they are complimenting their child. Anyhow, ma'am, very simple thing is that since you talk loud, so she has picked up this loudness from you. So
Sir, actually, my nature is not like that. But as a teacher, it automatically it came up. Now, by talking to the students, I don't know, unknowingly my sound comes up.
so tell your, so it is not bad to be louder.
Yes.
Tell your child to teach you one day, and she will be able to understand that how much louder she can be.
Yes, sir, she is very loud and clear, but I sometimes feel
So
that
loud and clear is good, ma'am.
I take it in
Loud
a
and clear is
positive way
good.
only. But at home, the people, parents used to tell that she's bit loud. I say that fine, if I am not able to come up with my words, at least in future she will come up. She can talk, or she can come out with the words what she want to speak in front of
Ah,
anybody.
so this is not a complaint. This is a
Yes,
appreciation.
sir.
Thank you.
The compliment for the child, actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
Divya, you
thank
should probably try some soft spoken sessions along with the child. So it might
you.
help you
Those
more.
things
So
are there, but I don't
no,
know by birth
when he
itself.
will, when the child will go in his school and she will find that the teacher is louder than her, she herself will understood what is the rule of the class and what is the rule of the house. Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
The
Thank
problem
you,
is
Divya
he's
ji.
having one teacher at home also as mother. That is the problem.
Yes, sir.
What an
Thank
answer, sir. Great. It can come from such a experienced and noble person from you. Let's move on to the next person who raised the hand. Aisha again raising hand. I will unmute her. Last time she could not ask the question. Madam ji, Aisha ji, I am trying to unmute you.
Avinash, she has come up with a technical question, probably a good video game. Probably our Sharma sir may not be on video games, so he might not have a clear idea of which are the good games and which are the bad games. But
Okay.
certainly the
Anyway, let
ones
her
not
ask
involving,
the question.
yeah, once not involving, more of violence and crimes, and is subject to moral rules, are the best
Sure.
games to be involved in.
No,
So I
actually,
unmuted her.
thank you very much. This is a good session, and I agree with Mr. Sharma, the principal, and the mother that who spoke regarding the session. Even my child is 13 years old, and we have set a time. If you do
Correct.
these things, you can play games. And we
Correct.
have given him 30 minutes. But
Yeah.
somehow we will drag it to 1 hour, but we don't involve in that because as a boy we have to give some times also by once or twice when I say, okay, now time up, get up, okay, mama, okay, and hardly he will come up. The problem
Ma'am,
is now he is
ma'am,
playing.
it is a human tendency. Most of the time, you will say that I am coming in a minute, and your minute is extended to 10 minutes or half an hour. But we use it as a term that 1 minute, and then
Yeah.
sometimes when you are telling that let me talk to my friend, just I will take 1 minute, and then you are talking to your friend for 10 minutes. So it is quite obvious that sometimes when we ask for any permission, then we used to use the minimum unit of that particular time interval.
Yes, thank you, sir. And the problem is now that, for example, I watched that New Zealand case that the guy who shot the 40 people, behind his history that he keep on playing that gun game. So I never bought a gun for him, but nowadays I saw that he is playing on those games only. So when I tried to stop him, he is always complaining, only you are stopping me, all my friends are playing. Then when I went to chat box, I checked that all his friends only send the invitation to him. So we
That's
have explained him many times, this is in your subconscious mind, it is working, this is not good. So many things, still he is not accepting. When I'm not away from him, sometimes he goes in that and he's playing.
Ma'am,
So
we were having a parenting experts conference, and in that we said that okay, if there are gun games children are liking, then
yeah,
from the gun it will not be bullet which will come out, it will be a splash of flour which will come out.
yeah. These things.
So making many, we suggested one game. I myself suggested one game, and it will be coming in the month of November. It is gun, but from gun splash of flowers is coming. So anybody whom you want to make your friend, put the gun, and then he will become your friend. Make many friends, and you will be the winner.
So
So
my point is raising the gun itself is I don't know whether I am right or wrong.
ma'am, there is always a movement. Swift. There should be a swift movement.
Okay,
Swift movement from the things which are there.
okay.
So
What he says is that there is no blood at all. Why do you want me to stop this one?
they will understand, ma'am. Slowly they will understand. Teenage, whatever they learn from their friends, they try to follow that.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, and it's a
Thank
wonderful.
you, Aisha ji.
Yeah,
I will go to next now, Surinder ji. I will unmute him. Surinder ji, pose your question. Surinder ji, unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sharma ji will be, I think, agree with me. So I think those families are very, very lucky. Those they having children at home. I was realizing now my children are not at home, and when we were not having the time, our children was at home. We couldn't give them time, but now we have a time. Our children are not with us because they have grown up. I think Mr. Sharma will be agree with me because he was with me and we worked together in Mayo College for I think so more than 7-8 years together. So really, I am very happy to see that the session was very practical and he has given very practical example. Today, I'm missing my children because when my children was at home, we were busy in our work. And now we are having time to, now our children are not with us. So really, we are missing them. And I'm very happy that he has given the very good example.
Thank you, Mr. Surinder. A very simple thing is that the parents who are listening, they will try to utilize best of the time with their children,
Right.
looking at your agony, looking at your confession. But no worry, you can have you will very soon have a good time with your grandchildren. Enjoy that fully.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Because it is said in India that interest is more loving than the principle. जो ब्याज होता है वो मूलधन से ज्यादा प्यारा होता है.
ज्यादा प्यारा होता है. Right, right.
Grandchildren are closer to the grandparents than their children. I think Babu Rajan ji will also agree that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Arora.
Amazing answer again, Sharma ji. I will move on to next question coming from Mirza ji, Mirza Yusuf. Just Mirza ji, yes, please ask the question.
Unmute yourself and then ask.
Mirza ji, you are unmute only. Please ask the question. Okay, I have to move on then. There is Ms. Pari who would like to ask a question. Pari ji, I am unmuted yourself. Please ask a question. Pari? Okay, they muted themselves again. I don't know what is happening. Anyway, some
There is a very
problem
good
they are
question
saying.
in chat box, ma'am. Sir. The question is asking for my sister's son, 5 years boy, not sitting in one place, not listening to mom and papa in school, got complained that child is not normal. A very, very interesting question. First of all, you are asking question on the behalf of your sister. This means it is very important, but not sitting at one place is not being abnormal. This is quite normal. Only thing is that at home you make him sit at one place with yourself and you try to narrate a story, very interesting story. So he will try to sit at that place, and slowly he will learn that sitting at one place also is rewarding. So it's not abnormal. Getting complaint is different thing, but slowly try to converse the things, because you know the water is essential, but more than enough water is flood. But you put a dam on the water, then you can use this destructive water into a constructive one. Same thing is here. Engage him in some activities. The child will not be moving too much here and there.
Okay, I have one answer for that also. There is a one-to-one counseling is also available, sir. And Samir ji, you can reach out to him. He can arrange that counseling house within us. We have authorized counselors who will, glad to guide them furthermore in one-to-one session as well.
But Sharma ji, this answer is perfect.
Thank you,
But
sir.
I don't think that parent can expect an answer such a way from a counselor. Because you said your experience.
For 30 years working in this, because there is a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge can be given by any person who has read books, but wisdom can come through experience only.
Yes, perfect answer.
An experience spoke well, sir.
Great. There is Jasmine Jose asking question.
Tell them to raise hand. If they raise hand, then you can pick them easily.
Yeah. Please raise hand also, so I can search you very quickly. Jasmine
while you
Jose.
raise your hands, make sure your video is on, because we don't know that you're raising your hand otherwise.
Yeah.
So
Jasmine ma'am, you can speak.
Jasmine is ready.
Sir, actually, I work in a school. So if there is a child with a behavioral issue and the child is already going to a therapist, but the child will take time for things to change. But if the child is in a kindergarten school, what happens is children love attention. So all the other students also started imitating his behavior for attention. Now, for a class teacher, it is very difficult to give everybody attention, and this child needs the attention. So what happened in the last is the other children got way worse, and parents started complaining, and another particular child had to be removed because that was his need for attention. So what can be done? Like, as a principal, what would you think would be a good solution? How to maintain the situation?
Ma'am, now all governments, Qatar government as well as CBSE India and IB, everybody has a special provision of special educators. And then these special educators are working for behavioral therapy as well as to give proper attention to such kind of children. And I have seen tremendous improvement in these children where you have not only the counseling of the child but the counseling of the parent also. You will find that behind his behavioral problem there is a story in the family, and whatever is a story in the family, you will try to go into the root of that particular problem, things will resolve. But a special educator make a progress chart of such kind of children, and sometimes they come out with flying colors in their day-to-day life. But yes, in classroom it is getting difficult. Then you take the help of a special educator and try to counsel their parents also, because counseling is not like one kind of injection you can put in. It should be regular. It should come into habit and it should become a behavior pattern. So counseling of parent as well as child, improvements are there.
No, sir, improvements are there, but I'm asking, how can you pacify the other parents till then?
No, I told you that in your school, tell your principal that please arrange one special educator who will deal with this problem. And right now there are so many webinars are coming. In those webinars they are telling to a normal teacher also to learn certain kind of skills where they can deal with special need children. So if you find that, because for a teacher it is very difficult to just put a special stress on one child. But after 1 month of intervention of a special educator, or if you learn those skills through webinars or on online classes, just there are 4 weeks classes, online classes on certain kind of behavior pattern, you will also try, you will also find some kind of a resolution for that, that involve that child. Okay, better make this drawing. So involve him in drawing. One day you will spend some time drawing with him, he will start enjoying drawing. So when you are teaching other children, this child is drawing. Slowly, he will start concentrating. First day in drawing, second day making some words, third day making some sentences. Slowly, I have seen tremendous improvement by this. But always the intervention of a special educator is required, because that kind of behavioral pattern is based on a regression as well as complete development of the child in a normal way, stage by stage. Means they have some kind of milestones. Those milestones are to be achieved which are not equivalent to the life cycle or maybe their age group.
Okay.
You have placed it very well, Sharma sir. I would like to be excused for a second, and Jasmine, since you're into teaching, and we are with the minute experiences that we have with counseling segments. What I understand is, kindly make sure that you do not express about one child's concerns to any others in open, any other parent, in order to explain the situation, because it would not be understood well in the first go, and maybe it can, it may not work well with that child's parent. So that way it is more a challenging situation to you, but we might have to handle that part as well.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah.
No, but sometimes when the children themselves express it, the news reaches the parents. Yeah.
True.
No. Yeah, Mr. Avinash.
May I take a second, sir? Can we have everyone online here on screen, their videos on for us at least for a minute, so that I can click a full pic of all of you who are there? It would be really nice to have a good full screen pic of every one of you
very
attending.
Nice. There are a few children also listening. Very good.
With smiling faces.
Children are listening with parents whether I am being raised properly or not, as Principal Sir has said.
But for children, please do not use whatever have been told by the principal against the parents. This is a warning.
So nice to see the full screen. Huh? Very nice.
It's wonderful. It's filling up, and I really love to see a full screen always. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Mr. Avinash, any other question?
There is one, two people raised hand, Vishakha Atri, and there is one more. So if you just, we will queue another 5 minutes after this photo, if with
Sure,
your
sure.
permission, sir. I know you're busy. Just allow us 5 more minutes to answer those queries.
More screens opening up. Some of them have still decided to stay with their videos off. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. No issues. Right. It was really wonderful. A big smile from all of you would really be wonderful. Can we have that smile? Right. That's so nice. Especially those little cute smiles over there. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mr.
So I will,
Mr. Mirza's child is smiling.
yes, very cute. I will move on to Vishakha Atriji. Unmute her.
Avinash, may I have a second, please? In fact,
Yes, please.
I'm so sorry to interrupt this this brilliant segment which is going on, and probably I might have to take leave because of a certain scenario. My work is I'm getting late to my work so please, if it wouldn't be a problem, sir, I would like to give a small synopsis of this segment before I
Sure.
would
Please.
excuse myself from this. So I felt that the most catchy statement from this entire segment was that tough times make tough people. Because as far as one such statement that I could see, I could cherish from this particular segment.
Thank you.
Now I know that both children and parents were listening to this segment. So this is a powerful message for all of you. And I've always looked at parenting as one of the toughest and at the same time most happiest challenge in life. It's both ways. So here today, as an individual, as a parent, I could see in depth about the blessings that we have in parenting. As our most expert guest had told everything that's relevant to parenting and to how a child's mind could be phased and focusing to bring up this brilliant, to a brilliant future. So this is something amazing, sir. We felt it very interesting, very live, and very useful.
No, thank you to Mr. Samir and especially to Babu Rajanji for a great initiative.
We generally try to see a little man or a woman in a child, but trust me, they are just children. What I could understand from his segment, they're just children. So when we try to implement our ideas and concepts into them, all we have to do, or all we are doing, we are taxing them. So I would rather say, like what the principal said, let these butterflies at our homes fly free, come out themselves of the cocoon instead of us pushing them. So it will be going brilliant, sir. It was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, Sharma, sir. Thank you so much. Over to you back.
Thank you.
I will unmute Vishakha Atri ji. She raised hand earlier. Vishakha ji, please unmute yourself to ask the question.
So it's by mistakes he just raised the hand. So it's
okay. No problem. No problem, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. May I request Babu Jajanji to provide the closing statement from his side before I ask Sharma ji to provide the closing statement.
Sharma sir, thank you very much. It was a wonderful and very knowledgeable session.
My pleasure, sir.
Because this is I can say it's our great initiative to reaching to the parents and through the principal. So last week, Madam Principal from DPS MIS attended for our session, and this week you are attending. So it's a great knowledge for me, I can say. And the good question made by Jasmine Josin, I don't know, she got the proper answer or I don't know, but still you can talk to sir again. And you can use some other counselors also, because it is a very important question, because some parents not understanding what other situation. So that situation, I don't know how the teachers will manage. So you need a proper advice from Sharmaji again. So kindly call him personally. I know he can definitely answer to your question. Thank you very much, sir.
From ICBF, from our President Ji, from Counseling House, and all the listeners today, I really thankful for wonderful session, Sarji, Principal Ji, AP Sharma Ji, for your time, for the preparation and guiding us. And we would request in coming future a few more sessions from you for the benefit of the bigger crowd, sir.
Always,
And I would
always
request
pleasure.
your closing statement and from your side as well before we say bye to everyone. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, three things I would like to say. One is Mr. Samir also said that tough times make tough people. So teach your children that you will be one of the best generations of mankind because you are going through tough time. Second thing is that parents must see that they are happy. Their body language is positive and happy, then children will feel happy. If you are stressed and then you are trying to tell your children, be calm. If you are stressed and telling children to be calm, they won't be calm. And third thing, do not put your dreams into your children. If you wanted to become a doctor and you could not become and you want your child to become a doctor, no. Your intentions should be their GPS. Put that thoughtfulness in their brain so that they find their proper GPS and they will reach their goals. Give them some independence. So take care of yourself. And children are listening you. There is non-verbal communication, which they are listening. And obviously they will follow all times to come. Thank you very much for this initiative. And I'm sure there would have been more than 1,000 people who would have seen Facebook and all, because I myself was in a group where there are 400 principals, and out of there were 3-4 principals here.
Great.
Thank you.
Really, once again, thank you. There are many messages pouring in the chat box, thanking you and praising the session for you. Really, thank you for everyone's participation. And I was also seeing on the Facebook many comments, many views are pouring in. So it was fantastic, useful session. And we just want to inform everyone, every Saturday between 5 to 6 p.m. we are conducting this kind of session. Please keep joining us, and please join ICBF in their help the needy campaign. Thank you, everyone. Have a rest of your weekend. Great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Within
sir.
next 2 minutes, I will be unmuting. If anyone wants to talk, they can talk. In next 2 minutes, I will keep it on. After that, I will exit the window. I'm unmuting all. You can mute yourself again, or whoever want to speak, you can speak. Sir. You are unmuted.
Because the schools are not taking initiative for that, especially for those children need special attention. Earlier there are management taking some kind of support, but I don't think this time everybody stopped doing it. So I have a lot of complaints from the parents.
Yes.
Especially that it's too difficult to manage.
That must be there. I am in the committee of CBSE for inclusive education, and I'm on the international board also in UNICEF, where we look for such kind of opportunity, because they are also gift of the God, and they are special needs children. We are unable to understand. This is our problem, not their problem. They are different. Yeah, small children.
Yes.
Hello. Hi. There are few children. I'm waving them. Mr. Arjun Narayan, his children are there. Hi, bye-bye. A very cute baby, Mr. Ramithar Nair has put a very cute baby.
So I will now take everyone's leave. I will end the session, and you can review the session in the Facebook Live again if you wish to revisit any points.
Sasha Sandeep class 1E. Hi.
Do you have any more questions? Please send to ICP. We will forward the principals. If you have any personal question to ask, please send to ICBF email, icbfqatar@gmail.com. Then we will forward to the principal. He will answer to you. Isn't it, sir?
Yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
So kindly forward your question. We will send to the principal.
So I'm now exiting the meeting. Thank you everyone once again. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.